Utah State and Boise State next up. Boise State 16-point home favorites here, 53 being the total in this game. I'm not laying it with Boise, and that Boise is another one of these teams late in the season here. They're in the Mountain West Championship game. They've locked up the Mountain Division. Nobody can catch them for that spot. It's theirs. So where's the enthusiasm here to lay 16 or, to win by a huge margin here for Boise State when they've already locked up there? I know they're undefeated in conference play, 7-0 Boise State, but, where is that motivation here to win by a big margin? It was a wire-to-wire point spread cover for me, and I think Conor kind of liked it as well. Wyoming plus the points against Boise last week. Boise just escaping by the skin of their teeth, 20-17 in that game. Now, they have been obviously a team that on the blue turf, over the last few years, they haven't been as good as home favorites. Although since they made the quarterback change, we have seen them blow out some teams at home, Fresno, San Diego State, Colorado State. They did lose to BYU, though, on this blue turf, the home field, Albertson Stadium, as 8.5-point favorites. They lost to BYU. I think I would lean to Utah State a little bit here. Utah State, now, against Boise, they have been owned. There's no question. 5-0 straight up, 5-0 against the spread, Boise State. 5 straight meetings against Utah State, including 27-3 last year at Utah State. But I remember that game because I took Utah State when they were really playing well early with Blake Anderson and Bonner at quarterback. And Utah State kept moving the ball, and they missed a field goal or they turned it over. They actually outgained Boise State. They were +4 in total yardage. Can you believe that? Utah State was +4 in total yardage last year against Boise State, even though they lost 27-3. So you talk about a crazy box score there. I got to lean to the points here with the Aggies. And I will say this, their offense, even with the injury to Bonner, it's been pretty solid with the under the guidance, I should say, of Cooper Legas. He's been okay for them. He's pretty decent throwing the football. Rely on Calvin Tyler as well and the run game for Utah State. The Boise State defense is something that's also improved, but Utah State's a pass-heavy offense here. No question, or actually they do run it, I should say, a little bit more. They try to stay balanced, and that's probably where they can do a little bit more of their damage. We know the Boise State defense is good, but, in the cold of Laramie, Wyoming was able to do a decent job, get that run game going a bit, move the football a little bit, and that's all we need from Utah State when you're getting this kind of points. So I'm definitely Utah State or pass when it comes to this game. What do you think here, C-Mac?
Yeah, shout out to the chat. Shout out to Big Show with the gifting the membership. Bo Jackson for getting it. Shout out to just my 2 cents too. I saw up on the top earlier. Became a member. Shout out to everyone in the chat that's become a member. Appreciate it. Get in the green because you're going to be on the back end. We're already switching colors and getting shit rolling here. So become a member. $4.99. That's it. I won't have to say it again.
It's worth it. $4.99 a month. That's all it is. Yep.
Yeah. I think this might be too many. The one thing that I just keep thinking when I was looking last night is just they've owned them. And Utah State's had some better teams the last few years, and Boise's just kicked their ass. Yeah, that was tough in Laramie. We loved Wyoming. On the flip side, we both liked Utah State. They took care of business, and that over came through at home. If they can't make mistakes, I think they could stay in it. This one, I see Boise winning by like 17 or 20, or this just be a touchdown. I think it's too many, so I lean with Utah State. I think they can do enough. Legas threw a couple picks there. If he could stay clean, that would really help it out. But he can throw it around a little bit. And you mentioned Tyler can run it. So, yeah, if I had to here, I'd take the points with Utah.